Good morning. Welcome to Momentum Monday. I'm your host, Dana Middleton, here wherever you're watching, Facebook, Instagram, or maybe someplace else. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here today. Today, we're going to be talking about money. What do you think about money? What's your money situation? How do you feel about money? How do you feel about money as an artist? Are you hanging on to the old starving artist trope that, in order to create art, we have to starve for it or work really hard for it in other ways to support our acting career, our writing career, our directing career, whatever it is, producing career, uh, because it's not making the kind of money we want it to make yet. Now, there's a lot that goes on with money and a creative career. And part of it is we don't want to put all this pressure on our creative career to make all the money. That pressure can really be soul sucking and can really kind of freeze up your creative career. So I'm not talking about putting pressure at all on this. What I'm talking about is just a mindset. Just cleaning up your mindset around money. I've been doing this since the pandemic started, and I have to say it's been really helpful, because sometimes you don't realize how much our mindset contributes to our financial situation. Think about it. What are your thoughts about being an artist? What are your thoughts about money and being an artist? Is it financially responsible or irresponsible? Is it a long shot? Is it something that just will, in your mind will just never make you enough money? Or is it financially responsible? I know that sounds like a real stretch sometimes, right? Is it easy to be prosperous as an artist? Is it safe? Do you feel deserving? There's lots of places. Did the people in your family think it was possible to be a prosperous creative person with a prosperous creative career? If you got a lot of messages that just doesn't happen and that's nuts, then you might think that as well on some level, and it might be holding you back from letting yourself have what you want. So think about that. Think about how you're thinking about money. And we want to say as artists, and especially when we're younger artists, that it's not that important. I'm looking for your comments here, guys. Oh, hi, Lara. Um, uh, that it's not that important. But you know what? It is. Money's important. It took me forever to be able to say that. But if you have money issues, or if you're struggling with money as an artist, what happens? All your focus goes to that thing that you don't care about, that day job, that waiting tables, that stress around money that really takes the focus and the space and the time away from the thing that's really important, which is your creativity, right? And that career. So, to have money gives you that leg up to be able to step into your creative career in the way that you want to. So I want us to be for money because it's good. It's good for us. It's good for the world, right? You've got to be able to have the money to support you to be able to put yourself out in the world in a way that can be very meaningful, right? That's why we do this. One of the reasons we do this. It feels good, but also, it can touch people, and it can be an amazing act of service. One's art. It really can be. So think about it. How's your self-talk around money, right? Are you thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so worried. It's not okay, or I don't have enough, or look at my bank account. All the evidence of how money might not be where you want it can keep us in a groove of there's not enough, right? Also, not having enough money can also relate back to I'm not enough, or I didn't get enough love or attention growing up, or whatever it is. So shoring up your enoughness internally is a great way to shore up your money enoughness as well. There's so many components to this, but I really want it just to start with, where's your self-talk? What are you thinking about? When money comes up, are you looking for evidence that there's not enough, or are you creating new affirmations that you can just slip in there that can really start to turn the tide? I'm going to give you a couple of today, and then we're going to do some affirmation tapping today about it. So you'll just have a really fun tap around money, and to lighten it up a little bit, because it can get so heavy, right? Oh my gosh. One that I've been doing is I love having money. I love having lots of money. I love money. Didn't feel right to me because I don't know what is money. It's a thing. It's a form of exchange. I love having money. is kind of nice because it's like, oh, when I have money, I feel a sense of ease. You know, stress is not there around money. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's great. I love having money. I've been doing that a lot, and it's really been interesting how it has shifted certain things in the plus column for me. It could be like, I love being a prosperous artist. I love being a prosperous artist. That feels light and airy. It's not like I am a prosperous artist. Like I love being, or I like being a prosperous artist. Maybe not love yet. I'm willing to like it. Or I love how easy money is becoming for me now. Say that, I love how easy money is becoming for me now. I love that it feels a little easier. You don't have to make big leaps here. I love how I'm focusing on this differently. That can be a leap right there. You know, I love how I don't know how much more relaxed I am around money. I love that that's where I'm going. So think about it. Whenever you hit that old belief, it's like a snag, it gets you. Take a breath, take a tap. Do this tap we're going to do right now. It'll be awesome. And then you can be like, okay, okay. So let's start with a tap. So you guys, if you don't know how to tap, we're tapping on meridian points on the body. All these places. If you don't know the places, you can go to thealignedartist.com, look at the tapping tab, check out my tapping videos and learn more, or just tap along with me. Whatever we're tapping around, we're either tapping in an affirmation, affirming that affirmation, or if it's a feeling that doesn't feel good, when you tap on these meridian points, it breaks up that energy so you can release it. So you're not holding it, storing it in your body anymore. That's why I love tapping. It helps to move out stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. All right, so let's start. All right, take a breath, take a stretch. And yeah, actually today we're going to start right here on the eyebrow point. Okay, you can do both sides of the face or one side, it doesn't matter. Just repeat after me and pay attention to what comes up, right? I'm just going to say, I love having money now. Go outside the eye. I love being a prosperous artist. Under the eye. I love that money is getting easier for me now. It's feeling lighter. I'm not looking for evidence of how this isn't working. Instead, I'm creating a lightness inside that attracts more money and prosperity. A part of me doesn't know how to do that yet. Take a breath. If you feel it in your body, that's okay. Just say, I feel it in my body. A part of me doesn't know how to change this. I may have some rigid energy around being a prosperous artist. I may not be in alignment with that yet. So now we're going to kind of go into why you're not in alignment, or why we all may not be totally in alignment, right? I got negative messages about money growing up, especially negative messages around money and being an artist. That money and my art, can they go together? Maybe they haven't yet, and that's been frustrating. But what if they could? What if that's all a lie? What if my mindset is more powerful than I think? And that every thought I have about money is affecting my outcome. So that puts me in the power seat because I can shore up my mindset. Even in the face of maybe some scarcity, I can change. Because that's temporary. And a new mindset, though, can be forever. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to see this money thing differently. I'm willing to affirm new affirmations every day. Like, I love how much easier money is becoming for me. I love having money. And I love having evidence that this is changing for me. As I let money be an inside job for me now. Okay, take a breath, take a yawn. Did you yawn? If you're yawning, if you're stretching, if you felt something in your body, I felt a little tension in my neck at the beginning, which is a little bit of rigidity, right? These changes are like, how we feel about money at this point in our life as adults, it's pretty baked in. So to start to change that, to turn it around is a thing. But it's so important because we get a momentum one way or the other, right? Some people have it easy with money. Well, they have a good momentum around money. So it is easier. If we get into negative mindsets and like we're looking at scarcity, investing in scarcity and keep going down that road, woo, then we get momentum in that direction too. And so more of it happens. So we got to turn that around. It's not the easiest thing, but it's possible. And you can do it by catching you in those negative thoughts and saying, oh, we're not doing that anymore. I'm finding a way to feel lighter around money, no matter what's happening right now. It's that taking score. It's that looking at the world for what the evidence is and believing that evidence, that that's just the way it is. That's really what gets us. So when we can go, you know what, that's just based on old beliefs that now I'm turning around. Then we start to gain traction in a new direction and we gain personal power. It's the best. It's great. Let's see. Lara says, yawning and I felt tension in my neck at the beginning too. Yeah, right. A little tension. That's rigidity in your neck is rigidity in your thoughts. So whenever you have that feeling when you're tapping going, oh, what am I being rigid about? Kimberly says, I love improving my relationship with, oh, it's such a powerful thought. I love that. It works great with money, health, my relationships. That's a great one. I love improving my relationship with money. I love that I'm improving my relationship with money because that's kind of light, right? That's not like I'm saying I have a lot of money or anything yet. It's just I love improving my relationship. And that can be a big leap or little small increments. Thank you, Kimberly. What a great one. So whatever feels good to you, like I'm not the person who like brings you these affirmations. You can make up your own. I'll bring you some and then you can make up your own. But yes, it's so hopeful. You want these to feel hopeful and full of life and full of just like, oh yeah, possibility, instead of that old thing like, oh, this is just what as it is or what it is. It's not. It is not. I say that from experience. If I can change, anybody can change. Because I had some real serious negative momentum around money for many years in my life. And changing that has been a journey. It's definitely been a journey, but the more I do it, the more I see how possible it is and that it doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be that hard, and tapping helps. So try this if you like. Try this, what we did today, the tap. I'm checking out some more comments there. Try this. Oh yeah. I'm in a scarcity mindset a lot. Okay. So if you notice it, good. Notice it. That's the first step. Acknowledge it. I'm not saying just to like put a happy face on that. I'm saying, I'm feeling scarcity. I'm feeling afraid around money. Tap that stuff out, but then turn it around after a round or two and go like, yeah, but is this just a pattern? Is this really real? Do I have to feel this way? Just because it's been happening doesn't mean it has to continue to happen. I'm willing to change, right? Our willingness to change is everything. And by you showing up today says that you are willing to make the changes in your life that are important to you. And I'm just so glad. That makes me so happy because we all are on this journey together to just kind of, for me, it's all like mindset stuff. How we really think about our lives is how our lives unfold. So think about it this week with money. the next couple of weeks before we come back and when are we coming back? I think in 3 weeks, actually, at the beginning of February for the next Momentum Monday. But in this time, maybe give your money mindset some extra attention. If you catch yourself with negative thoughts, give it some tapping, give it some thought. How can I turn this around? How can I see this differently? And that starts opening space for new thoughts and new habits, new patterns. All right. I'm so glad you came today to our Momentum Monday. Have a great week. Thanks for being here in the group. Whether you're watching live on the replay, I appreciate you. Have a lovely Monday. Bye, guys.